So, hey guys, Chauzu here, and yeah, it's that time again. We're doing chain captains against Arena Devon. It's going to be V2 Mihawk and V2 Sanji. Sadly, I don't have a V1 Rayleigh team yet. My own Rayleigh is not level 3 for the buffed captain ability, and I've also not been able to find any other good Rayleigh that is like level 150 or such. So if you happen to have one, feel free to join my Discord, link in the description, and hit me up there. Anyway, let's focus on this team for now. We're doing a slasher team with V2 Mihawk, and I'm going to say that both these teams worked out really well. I think the Sanji team is more cooler in terms of units, or in particular unit used. But strat-wise, I think this is very neat as well. We'll actually be stalling a lot, which Mihawk is very good at least with Limit Break expansion. Sadly, there's very few Limit Break expanded Mihawks, and I ran out of friend captains, and I decided to try guest, and it worked out. But I could have found a better friend captain for sure. Going to stall out stage 3, which is surprisingly easy to do. Pizarro doesn't do that much. Turn 1, we get block orbs, bottom row. For this team, we just ignore that. Then the following turn, he will give I guess it's 5 turns of the spear, so 2 left. So sadly, that's another turn of stalling needed, but it is what it is. We can just stall out the spear, and then we can just burst normally. And this Pizarro does not have a lot of HP, so you don't need any buffs at all really to kill in one turn, but yeah, for those of you not used to chain captains, like if you have one singular enemy, you do a surprising a lot of damage even without buffs. It's more that chain caps are very bad against multiple enemies, and the max damage chain caps do is also lower than what it will be with normal captains. But for stuff like arenas and such, damage-wise, there's no problem with chain caps. Tashigi to reduce CD and remove the damage reduction. This lets us use the versus Shanks. We're actually going to stall a turn because of the timer buff. We want Mihawk's timer buff, not Shanks. This is okay, but the annoying thing is that we get both blindness and harder perfects. At least we can get rid of the blindness for final stage, but we'll have to live with harder perfects and blindness for this stage, and we still need to hit 3 perfects. Thankfully, we have our reactions, it becomes a bit more realistic, and we also overkill, so missing a few perfects is fine. But yeah, this is a very cool strat, by the way, because we're using all specials now, nothing final stage. We're setting up so we can just burst final stage. A very cool thing with the Zoro is that he gives us matching orbs for 3 turns, and this blocks the negative orb debuff on the final stage. So the only thing left, we need to handle final stage because we will have attack boost, orb boost, color affinity. All we need left is set defense to 0 or such, which versus Shanks can do with versus special. He even gives a death down conditional, so this is going to be super overkill. We also need to handle the decrease chain, which conveniently Cracker does on Smoothie. This color Smoothie is one of the best subs for Mihawk in general. She always ends up being very useful. Vita great, but despite that, we're still going to do massive overkill damage, nearly 90 million. So yeah, easy clear. Let's move on to Sanji, and you'll see a unit you rarely see here. It's Scarlet. And yeah, I was so happy I remembered Shiki support because that was the missing puzzle piece. I had banged my head against the wall for V2 Sanji for a while. Often when I team build and I get stuck, I'm just okay, I'm dropping this for now, I'll come back to it later. Then I come back to it later, think a bit more. Then I maybe get stuck again, come back to it later. And this happened 3-4 times with V2 Sanji. Until I realized Shiki exists. I look at Scarlet, literally int fighter, and he even does an orb boost, which was exactly what I needed. So it was an int fighter that does an ore boost, and also can change your slots without proccing the interrupt, which is the great thing with support in general, that they ignore interrupts. Sadly, we can't get through this stage. Funnily, if there only was a fighter that removed damage reduction and made recovery matching, I could have done a no-stall speedrun for this, and it would have been super overkill. I would have used stuff like Super Tandem Luffy and such. But now that didn't exist, so I had to go with Bonnie instead and change the team up a bit. This team would have also been easier if my V2 Akainu was maxed out, because then I could have removed 5 turns of damage reduction with 1 special plus support. Now I had to remove 1 more turn of Rainbow Shield, but thankfully I have the limited rare recruit Viola support on Sanji, which removes damage reduction on Perfect. So the team still worked out, but it could have been even better if fighters just had that single tool I needed. Anyway, let's focus on the team now. Pretty funny though, like most teams that use Bonnie as sub, use Bonnie for final stage, but I use Bonnie for this stage. And funnily, Bonnie gives a chain lock too, which is awful for chain caps. It's the worst thing that can happen. But thankfully, Sanji's special removes it, so we use Sanji buff just to remove Bonnie's chain lock. Then we use the Akainu, get the ore boost as well. We'll remove all but 1 turn of Rainbow Shield, but we'll handle that single turn of Rainbow Shield left by hitting a perfect with the Sanji. And yeah, I need to hit 4 perfects here just to get low enough HP, because Scarlet's special only works if you're below 10% HP. So yeah, we only have 122 HP left. I had to do a second run here just to give Bonnie some level limit break levels, just to get above that 40k HP. As usual, Robin is perfect this stage. I'm happy I remembered about the Frankie support here, because I needed some way to lower defense. And Robin is still very nice, because Robin also gives color affinity with special. We get an attack boost from Sanji. So all we have left is an ore boost and getting matching orbs. Scarlet does both thanks to cheeky support. Amazing. But I was still unsure how much damage I'd do here. I thought I'd have to go and like give Bonnie some more levels, maybe give Scarlet levels, but thankfully we just barely do enough damage. But a clear is a clear. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.